Today we are working Psalm 68. In traditional psalm magic, we often see Psalm 68 being used for overcoming evil influences and dispelling evil energies. Today, I would like to work Psalm 68 to lift every burden. The way we work psalm magic is a two-step process. The first step is we speak the psalm out loud all the way through once without stopping. We call this an incantation. Step number 2 in our formula is going back through the psalm and considering each verse one at a time. We search for meanings that lie behind each verse. We often call these occult meanings because they are frequently hidden. We take what we find and we do our best to apply it to whatever the situation is that we are trying to solve through this psalm magic. And by doing that, we dislodge all the magic seeds that are necessary for our particular spell, and those seeds are thus planted deeply in the fertile grounds of our minds, where they take root. They grow, they blossom forth, and they bear fruit after their kind. And that is precisely what you and I are going to do right now with Psalm 68. Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melteth before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. But let the righteous be glad, let them rejoice before God, yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto God, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yah, and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is God in his holy habitation. God setteth the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains, but the rebellious dwell in a dry land. O God, when thou wentest forth before thy people, when thou didst march through the wilderness, Selah. The earth shook, the heavens also dropped at the presence of God. Even Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. Thou, O God, didst send a plentiful rain, whereby thou didst confirm thine inheritance when it was weary. Thy congregation hath dwelt therein. Thou, O God, hast prepared of thy goodness for the poor. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. Kings of armies did flee apace, and she that tarried at home divided the spoil. Though ye have lien among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. When the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow in Salmon. The hill of God is at the hill of Bashan, an high hill as the hill of Bashan. Why leap ye high hills? This is the hill which God desireth to dwell in. Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Thou hast ascended on high. Thou hast led captivity captive. Thou hast received gifts for men, yea, for the rebellious also, that the Lord God might dwell among them. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the God of our salvation, Selah. He that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto God the Lord belongeth the issues from death. But God shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such as one as goeth on still in his trespasses. The Lord said, I will bring again from Bashan, I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea. That thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thine enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. They have seen thy goings, O God, even the goings of my God, my King, in the sanctuary. The singers went before, the players on instruments followed after. Among them were the damsels playing with timbrels. Bless ye God in the congregations, even the Lord from the fountain of Israel. There is little Benjamin with their ruler, the princes of Judah and their council, the princes of Zebulun and the princes of Naphtali. The God hath commanded thy strength. Strengthen, O God, that which thou hast wrought for us. Because of thy temple at Jerusalem shall kings bring presents unto thee. Rebuke the company of spearmen, the multitude of the bulls with the calves of the people, till every one submit himself with pieces of silver. Scatter thou the people that delight in war. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hands unto God. Sing unto God, ye kingdoms of the earth. O sing praises unto the Lord. Selah. To him that rideth upon the heavens of heavens, which were of old, lo, he doth send out his voice, and that a mighty voice. Ascribe ye strength unto God, his excellency over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. O God, thou art terrible out of thy holy places. The God of Israel is he that giveth strength and power unto his people. Blessed be God. That was our first step of the psalm formula. The second step now is we go through and dig. So here we go. The first verse, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered, let them also that hate him flee before him. It's not speaking to the infinite, it's speaking about the infinite. So this is as if our own inner guide was giving us a lesson. Our inner guide is talking about God. In the King James Version of the Bible, God is a direct translation from Elohim, which is a collective. It's a singular plurality. It is the host of heaven. It could be called the gods. But for us as magicians, it is a symbol for the one power, the one presence, the one force in all of the universe. There is but one. And since there is only one, there is nothing to oppose it. And since there's nothing to oppose it, anything that tries to oppose it tries in vain. This force is for us, and whomever this force is for, nothing can be against. And this is why our psalm magic is so powerful. Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. Who are the enemies of God? Well, for us today, it is our burdens. What holds our burdens in place is our own ego mind, our own collection of thoughts, our own habit of thinking that we are separate from this force, that we are all by ourselves, that we have to figure everything out, and that we have to shoulder the burdens. Those are the enemies that are being scattered and flee. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melteth before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. So the wicked thoughts are the ego thoughts. And when it says wicked, it just means that which is not true, that which is not real. And we have the power to believe in anything we want to believe in. And we've come into a habit of believing in things that aren't true. We believe that we're separate from God. We believe that we are all alone. We believe that our life is here to carry burdens. We are projecting those ideas onto the screen of space and interacting with them as if they were real. That's how powerful we are. But those things aren't true and ultimately aren't real. In other words, wicked. You can imagine the burdens and the ideas of burdens floating away like smoke or melting away like wax. How easy it is. When wax melts, there's no resistance. Once there's a flame, the wax melts, and that's how easy it is for our burdens to be lifted. They're melted away. Sing unto God, sing praises unto his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name Yah, and rejoice before him. So Yah is a nickname for the Tetragrammaton. And the Tetragrammaton is he who is. I am that I am is another name for the infinite. Think about I am. If you are one with the infinite, your name is also I am. And that makes sense, because anytime you think about yourself, you think, I am this, I am that, I am this other thing. I am happy, or it might be contracted as I feel sad, I don't like this, but it's all still you speaking as an extension of the infinite, speaking as I am. What you're supposed to do with that I amness now, in order to have your burdens lifted, is use it to sing praises to the idea of I am. Not somewhere outside of you, but the core of your being. And to praise something is to be enthusiastic about how good it is. How good is I am? How good is that? Get into that feeling of I am is good. I praise how good I am is. Not he is, not they are, not she is. I am. A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is God in his holy habitation. There is nothing excluded from the infinite. Everything is one with the infinite. So the only thing that can be excluded from the infinite is that which does not exist. So anything that is not holy doesn't really exist. And when we understand that, we stop imagining it and creating experiences of it by putting our focus on I am and singing praises to I am. That's the holy habitation of God in your heart. God setteth the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains, but the rebellious dwell in a dry land. So this is the action of the infinite. When we ask the infinite to lift our burdens, it gets busy doing just that. It starts to separate the chaff from the grain, letting go of the false thoughts and reinforcing the true thoughts and lifting you up. O God, when thou wentest forth before thy people, when thou didst march through the wilderness, Selah. So what's your wilderness? What are your burdens? What are you carrying? What feels so heavy you don't know what to do with it? That's your wilderness. Let the infinite have it. The infinite knows exactly what to do with it. You're not meant to carry this burden. Selah is a musical term, and it means to stop and to think about that again. Think about the fact that the infinite wants to shoulder the burden for you, wants to transform that for you. The earth shook, the heavens also dropped at the presence of God. Even Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. Sinai is a big mountain, and it represents a holy trembling, a disruption that brings comfort. The earth shook. The heavens also dropped at the presence of God. Even Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. So the God of Israel is the God of your heart, is the God of your truth, is the personal God within you. It's I am. I am. You don't worry about what God is to other people. God is in you, expressing itself as you, not up in the sky, not some distant deity. It's the truth of your being. And the truth of your being is so powerful that the earth shakes. The earth represents all of the manifestations in your life, each and every one of them. So in this case, those burdens start to shake. Why do they shake? Because they're being transformed. The vibrations are being quickened. And this isn't something you have to do for yourself. In fact, you can't do it for yourself, but you can facilitate it by saying yes to it. Thou, God, didst send a plentiful rain, whereby thou didst confirm thine inheritance when it was weary. You are the inheritance of God. You are. You are more valuable than anything in this manifest world, and the infinite values you immensely. When it says plentiful rain, think of it not so much as a plentiful rain soaking the ground. Think of the plentiful rain as the glittering fairy dust and magical dust of the Shekinah that is now transforming these burdens right before your eyes. You are the infinite's valuable child. The infinite values you. Now, you're not more valuable than anybody else, but you are equally as valued. And you are valued in a very unique way that nobody else is. Thy congregation hath dwelt therein. Thou, O God, hast prepared of thy goodness for the poor. So the poor, in this case, is the empty rice bowl, being willing in your mind to be filled up. You want to be poor when it comes to your burdens. You want to have those burdens taken from you. You want to be like a little child who's being taken care of. That doesn't diminish you. That exalts you. You are the holy child of the infinite. The congregation that dwells therein is the entirety of your being. It's all of your mind. When the congregation is informed by the infinite, that means that all the thoughts in your mind are thinking thoughts of truth. And when your mind is thinking thoughts of truth and you are no longer dwelling upon that which is not real, you stop projecting onto the screen of space experiences that are unreal. In other words, burdensome. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. The word is the will. Who publishes the will of God? All the host of heaven, the angels. Now, don't think of guardian angels as celestial beings far away. They are the higher part of your mind. And when the higher part of your mind publishes the infinite's will for you, then the divine design of your life is what is manifest. And that's exactly what you want, because that's when you're always happy and you always are prosperous, always peaceful, always successful, and you keep growing and growing and growing. It's not a boring thing. People are afraid, oh, I'll be so bored if everything is always working out for me. Not at all, because you keep growing and growing and growing, and things become even more varied and more interesting and more plentiful. Kings of armies did flee apace, and she that tarried at home divided the spoil. She that tarries at home is that part of your soul that divides the spoil when all of your negative thoughts are dispersed. When all of your negative thoughts are dispersed, you then get all of the benefits from it. Think about the old wars. When a nation was conquered, you got all of the booty. You got all of the spoils. It is a rather negative symbol, but it's one from the times. What this is depicting is once the ego mind no longer is projecting onto the screen of space the images and the experiences of untruth, then the divine design of your life manifests. It comes out of nowhere. Though ye have lien among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with gold. Though ye have lien among the pots, the infinite owns everything, including you. Let the infinite own you. That has to come from you. The infinite will let you think anything you want to think. That is unconditional love. You can think anything you want. If you use that power to say, but I want you to own this circumstance. I want you to show me. I want you to be the leader. I want you to lead the way. Then you're using your power of choice for its highest function. Like if somebody got 3 wishes from a genie, and you decided to use. That's exactly what you're doing here. When the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was as white as snow in Salmon. Salmon is another mountain. It represents sudden grace. It represents the sudden solving of a problem, the purifying snow, the shadow being lifted. When it says, when the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow in Salmon. The kings represent things in the world that you think are more powerful than you. And this is a verse that's telling you there is no such thing as something that's more powerful than you, because you are one with the infinite. And once you recognize that, all of these things that you thought were so burdensome are not only dispersed, but you recognize they weren't really ever there to begin with, not in the way that you thought they were. The hill of God is as the hill of Bashan, as high hill as the hill of Bashan. Bashan represents an obstacle. It represents the heights of pride, burdens that demand awe. And so it represents one of the kingpins of the ego mind, being afraid of things in the world, things that are so much bigger and scarier than you can handle. And it's saying here, the hill of God is as the hill of Bashan, is as high as the hill of Bashan. For every burden, the infinite has a response. For every problem, the infinite has a response. You may not have the response, but the infinite already has the solution. Why leap ye, ye high hills? This is the hill which God desireth to dwell in. Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever. So no matter how big the burdens are, the infinite's going to move right in. It's going to take residence there. And when the infinite takes residence in your burdens, they transform. They become blessings right before your eyes. The chariots of God are 20,000. even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Remember, Sinai is that revelation. It's that disruption before everything works out well. And so the armies of angels, the host of heaven, are coming and coming and coming and coming, and there's nothing that your burdens can do to stop it. They are so outnumbered, this army of angels, showering with light and blessings, lifting you up out of it. Thou hast ascended on high, thou hast led captivity captive, thou hast received gifts for men, yea, for the rebellious also, that the Lord might dwell among them. So you don't have to worry about which things are good, which things are bad, what to keep, what to get rid of. The Infinite's got that for you. You just let the Infinite own the situation. Let the Infinite own the burden. Let the Infinite own all of it. And any place that you were captive, you will be freed. Any place that you needed some help, a gift will be received by you. You don't have to micromanage it. It's better that you don't even try. Even the parts of you that you think are not so good, and you think, well, the Infinite has to destroy these. No, the Infinite's not destroying them. The Infinite's moving in and re-educating those parts of you, transforming those parts of you. Nothing is wasted. Blessed be the Lord who daily loaded us with benefits, even the God of our salvation, Selah. Salvation means the solving of the problem, the transformation of these burdens. When the burden is lifted, you recognize that not only is the burden lifted and now it's like, oh, okay, that's nice. You're loaded with benefits, every benefit you could possibly need and then some. There's so many benefits you won't ever be able to go through them all. You won't be able to list them. You won't even be able to experience all of them. There's so many of them. That's the abundance of nature. It's the abundance of the Infinite. So you're not just letting your burden be lifted and then, oh, that's nice. It's a complete turnaround. He that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto God the Lord belong the issues from death. The solving of this problem, it comes from this infinite intelligence, and unto this infinite intelligence is the issues of death, meaning that you do not have to worry about things ending. Nothing fully ends in the infinite. It's just transformed. It changes form. It changes function. Give it all to the Infinite and let the burden not only be lifted, but let it be transformed into something wonderful. But God shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such an one as goeth on still in his trespasses. So all of those ego thoughts that are constantly telling you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you'll never make it, nothing ever works for you, who do you think you are? All of that, that's just going to get shut right up. Those are the enemies. And here it's saying that he's going to destroy them. But as this psalm has discussed, it's not so much destruction, although it feels that way from the point of view of the ego. Imagine what darkness feels like when light is turned on. It feels like the darkness is being attacked by the light. But that's not what's happening here. The Infinite's just turning the light on, and the darkness is gone. It wasn't there to begin with. The Lord said, I will bring again from Bashan, I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea. Remember, these burdens are represented by Bashan. The towering rival is what that means, Bashan. The heights of pride. Pride, in this sense, is not the I'm so proud of you kind of pride. Pride, in this sense, is the ego mind saying that your burdens are bigger than God. And that's why you're hopeless. And there's no hope for you. There's absolutely nothing that can save you. That comes from the ego mind. And this is telling you that's just Bashan. And the Infinite is inhabiting Bashan. So, sorry, Bashan, but those thoughts no longer have any power over you. That thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thine enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. The foot of the Infinite is where you gain understanding. Foot means understanding. So the Infinite is giving you understanding by letting you see how it overcomes these burdens for you. It's a very dramatic symbol of the foot being dipped in the blood of the enemies and the tongue of the dog lapping up that blood. It's a powerful image reassuring you that none of these burdens are going to remain as burdens. They have seen thy goings, O God, even the goings of my God, my King, in the sanctuary. So the sanctuary is that place inside of you where you and the infinite are one. If you think of yourself as being an extension of light, and you can think of the infinite as being a star, the place where the ray of light comes out of the star, where they are joined, that's the sanctuary. The more you are allowing yourself to sit in that sanctuary and recognize who you are, I am, then the easier it is for you to see the execution of this magic, or thy goings, O God, the work of the infinite. You can see it happening in real time. The singers went before, the players on instruments followed after. Among them were the damsels playing with timbrels. This is talking about an old processional ritual. But for us, this is a celebration of all the thoughts in your mind, celebrating the lifting of your burdens. The magic has been accomplished. You can even see that. Singers and instruments and damsels dancing and playing tambourines. You can see that image as the entire community of your mind rejoicing that it is so, whether or not you see it yet in the physical universe. Bless ye God in the congregations, even the Lord from the fountain of Israel. Israel's your soul. That's a symbol for your soul. So the fountain of Israel is that sanctuary. When we say, bless ye God in the congregations are all of your thoughts. So all of your thoughts are now ordered and focused and stayed on thoughts of the infinite. And when you do that, when you say, infinite, you be in charge, you take over, and I'm just going to celebrate, then the burdens are instantaneously lifted. There is little Benjamin with their ruler, the princes of Judah and their council, the princes of Zebulun, and the princes of Naphtali. Benjamin is a representation of that which is young and small and often overlooked within you. From the smallest little thoughts, from the smallest little talents, from the smallest little itty-bitty parts of you, to the princes of Judah and their council. Judah represents the sovereign will, the divine design of your life, the inner authority. The princes of Zebulun represents outreach and movement in the world. And the princes of Naphtali is gracefulness, running and dancing and swiftness. It's unbounded ecstasy. It's the liberated soul. From the smallest to the largest is basically what this is saying. The most overlooked parts of you to the most exalted parts of you are all participating in this jubilant celebration that your burdens have been lifted. Thy God hath commanded thy strength. Strengthen, O God, that which thou hast wrought for us. Remember, in the Psalms, strength represents military strength. This is us having power over the burdens through the infinite. Because of thy temple at Jerusalem shall kings bring presents unto thee. So now the kings in the world, all of the big situations in your life being burdens, they're now bringing gifts unto the infinite. And where is the infinite? In you. I am. So those gifts are coming, and you're experiencing those gifts as well. Rebuke the company of spearmen, the multitude of the bulls with the calves of the people, till every one submit himself with pieces of silver. Gather thou the people that delight in war. All of those manifest circumstances are now being commanded to come together and to bring offerings, even the most violent amongst them. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hands unto God. Egypt is old feelings of captivity, former bondages, old patterns being redeemed. Ethiopia represents the distant self, the part that feels exiled, like it needs reconciliation, old resentments and old guilts. So those things are being healed as well. Sing unto God, ye kingdoms of the earth. O sing praises unto the Lord, Selah. Again, the kingdoms of the earth, all of the places in my manifest universe that I think are so powerful are now singing praises right before me. And remember, singing praises to I am, which is connected to you. It's not singing praises to some distant deity. It's singing praises to the deity within you that's expressing itself as you. So your manifest universe is now singing praises. To him that rideth upon the heavens of heavens, which were of old, lo, he doth send out his voice, and that a mighty voice. The voice of God is the will of God. It's the word of God. The word of God is that you be happy. The will of God is that your burdens are lifted. Ascribe ye strength unto God. His excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. The clouds represent your loftiest concepts of yourself. Israel represents your soul, and the infinite is sovereign. And you're no longer looking for things that are not the infinite. You're only looking through the eyes of the infinite. And thus your burdens not only have been lifted, but like we said before, have been transformed into that which is wonderful. O God, thou art terrible out of the holy places. The God of Israel is he that giveth strength and power unto his people. Blessed be God. The people are the thoughts in your mind. And so this psalm is instructing you to keep your mind focused on the infinite, not on your burdens. And when you do that, the burdens then become the property of the infinite. You're no longer trying to take care of it yourself. And when they become the property of the infinite, you are released from the bondage of them, and they're turned into something wonderful. Blessed be God. That's a wonderful thing just to remind yourself as you go throughout the day. When you come back to feeling burdened, you can just say, blessed be God. And that will encapsulate the entire magic of this psalm into one little phrase. And you can use that as your magic incantation to get through any problem all day long, all week long, or for as long as you want. Blessed be God. You've taken that two-step psalm formula, and now your job is to come back to doing that once a day. So you come back to do this again, and you do it once a day until you get a sense that your issue has been solved. You get a sense of peace and certainty about whatever it is that you brought to the psalm. That's a direct communication to you from your deep mind that your spell has been cast and you do not need to work on it anymore. Now it's time for you to forget about it and to move on to something else and let it manifest. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be.